Hi, my name is Simon Luke. I'm the founder of Pilgrims Outreach. At Pilgrims Outreach, our mission is to propagate the gospel of Jesus Christ, the good news to every person of every nation, and to connect all the Christians around the world. We found that a lot of people come and go, especially the foreigners, come to our church, they learn about Jesus Christ, they believe in Jesus Christ. When they go back to their own country, and they have a very difficult time finding a church they really like to belong to. That problem is not only for our church, but for many churches within the Chinese community and also other ethnical church background as well. And we thought about what can we do to keep these Christians connected with our church until the time that they find a church that they like in their local area. But domestically, we also see problems, in fact many problems, especially with the elderlies and the millennials, the younger generations. The elderlies, they really love to go to church, they love the Lord. However, they have a very difficult time to get there because of mobility issues. So the millennials, their biggest issue is they're constantly bombarded with things, right? They're constantly on their phones, talking to their friends, chatting with their friends, playing games, and also they have obviously peer pressures from their friends. They don't want to be viewing as a church-going person before they become a Christian. Now, the need for Christ is always there. It is truly our belief at the Pilgrims Outreach. It is our mission to let those younger generation know that the Christ loves them and the Christ is there for them. And that's our ultimate goal, to bring Christ into their hearts. That's been in my prayers for almost a year, thinking about what can I do to help. Let not the church's four walls be the boundaries. That's kind of the final conclusion I kind of reached. And from there, I think God did answer my prayers and pointing me to a direction that why not use the device that currently readily available to everybody and use that to deliver the message, or to use that to help the churches to deliver the message to the younger generations, to the elderlies, and to the people that's in remote places. It does not have any marketing intent or selling any products. Therefore, we really designed it to model it after a church. So obviously, a church will have the standard features like the sermons and devotions and worship and prayers, and we also want to make sure that there's a Christian counselings in there. That's one of the things that we saw very lacking in small, especially the smaller churches, because they don't have the necessary resources to provide a good biblical counselings to their congregation because they just don't have the resource to do so. However, in a scenario like Pilgrims Outreach platform, we can provide such service across the board to everybody. We have fellowships concept built into it as well, so that all the Christians around the world can communicate with each other and support each other. One of the key features that we thought is very necessary is that a lot of times the smaller churches, they only have very limited resources, like maybe they only have sermons. They don't have a very good worship team, or they don't have a matured fellowship setup, so that we can allow each church to help each other. So one church may be lacking in one area, the other church may be supporting that church in that area. And from the end user perspective, it's all seamless. Our goal is not to have any burden for anyone to use the app, right? So we will provide Pilgrims Outreach platform to the end users for free, as well as to the churches and the other organizations such as counseling organizations, the divinity schools, or special missions. And when we get there in the future, Pilgrims Outreach platform, we will accept donations. And once we get the donations, we will keep 10% of that donation for the operations of Pilgrims Outreach, and 90% will go to the providers of information and the providers themselves. I graduated with a degree in electrical engineering and computer engineering, and I used to help major corporations, Fortune 500 companies, to design their system so that they can be up to speed in terms of the market and to be competitive. And a similar need that I read from, or I see from churches today, that I truly believe that technology can help and propagate the gospel forward. Since Pilgrims Outreach is free for the both end users as well as the providers, we do have a financial need to start the organization and to finish building the platform. We have the early stage, phase 1 and phase 2 ready to go, but the ongoing development and maintenance of the system do require significant amount of funding. We do ask for people who have the desire and have if God moves you to give, and please do give. And we definitely would like to have you keep us in your daily prayers, and so that we can together help propagate the gospel of Jesus Christ to every person of every nation. We thank you very much.